What's up, y'all? That is a tune that I got by request, by email, I think, called The Rights of Man. I first heard it on an Old Blind Dogs record, I think. They had it mixed in with one of the songs that they played. That's kind of how I always learned it and how I heard it. Very scotchy, very marchy. So this is a little bit of a different version how I've been playing it lately. So we'll go through some of the ornaments and the variations and all that good stuff. Stick around. As we like to do breaking down a tune like this, basic melody first. It's a hornpipe, so it's kind of notey, a lot of notes. Some of those can be simplified or maybe made more memorable by way of ornaments, which we'll get to, but here's the basic melody. First of all, so a lot of notes, right? But some of those are repetitive. That kind of long walk down phrase really is just a scale going down and then back up, and we get to repeat that. So some of those notes we get to save in our brains. Here's the B part, way up high. Beware of your ears and feel free to drop the octave if you want to save your hearing. And there again, that last phrase is a repeat of the same way that the A part ends. So you don't have to learn as much as you might think or as much as it might sound like when you first hear it. Still a lot of notes though, so make sure you get the basic melody down before we dive into ornaments. In the A part, there's just a ton of opportunities for rolls. You don't have to do them every chance you get. Sometimes it's kind of cool and it mixes it up and sounds interesting, sometimes not. So here's some options. The basic melody again for a refresher. Just a basic walk down. Few ways to do that. You could make it more notey. Not really an ornament, more of a variation, I guess, where we're just, instead of single notes, that's, yeah, a variation. You could make that an ornament by way of doing rolls. So that's where you might say that's too much and feel free to back off. So you could do an option. You could do every other one. Sounds kind of cool, I think. So mix around with that, see what works. Just get your fingers loose and get in the habit of throwing those rolls in on every note so you have the option. You may not have to use them on every note, but it's good to get your fingers able to do it because you might. Carrying on with that phrase, not much there other than a couple of cuts. Could slide into a cut if you wanted to. Nothing there really except accenting the highest note in the phrase, which in this case is a high G. With just do a quick cut. A couple things there coming off of the high G. I'll double tap that just because it's a softer note and gives it a little bit more volume, a little bit more pop. Could slide into that E. I did that a few times where I did a slide into sort of that double cut kind of thing. Not quite a cran, but sort of two cuts. Sorry. And then that walk down phrase, nothing really there except popping that A. Because it's such a punchy sound. You can really get that you know, kind of an interesting crunchy sound going from B to A. And as I hit the A, that earthquake ornament that I've talked about, popping that top finger off. And then sliding back into the A to finish the phrase. That's really about all I would do there. The only difference there is that end phrase, which is good to go over because we use that in the B part. The only thing I like to do that's different, I guess, from anything else is a good dead stop. And to get there, I'm sliding into the B to elongate that note and then chopping it with the tongue. And then as I come back to the high note, highest note in the phrase, same thing I've harped on a lot, cutting that one. And I almost always will roll or slide off of that E. It's just kind of a cool, dirty sound. It's just kind of a neat sound, I think. And then a tap to separate the two low E's. That's how I handle the A part anyway. Jumping up to the high B part, beware the hearing again. Caution, as always. I'll usually slide into that so it's not just blam right in your face. And then I'll roll that. Be careful rolling on high B. Have confidence in your whistle or know what it can and can't do. I have confidence in mine and I know it's going to work, but it's an easy one to break. So nothing there really except tonguing. For the same reason, I don't want to push that high octave too much. I like to keep it simple other than sliding into the highest note in the phrase. You can usually get away with a slide without too much risk of breaking notes. Using the slide as an ornament there coming down. And then I'll double tap that F sharp. Again, otherwise there's really no ornaments here. There's not much other than tonguing. Yeah, I'll cut first. Forgot about that. Cut that G first and then double tap the F sharp. Now as I land on that D, I'll do a crayon sometimes, or I'll triplet. Could do either one, triplet or a crayon. Nothing there. You could accent that highest note there. You could accent that A. You could slide it or you could cut it. Don't really have to though. Then I'll roll into that E. A couple of rolls there really. Nothing there except sliding that kind of wavy, hornpipey groove. I'll really slide every note to really accent that wave kind of sound. And that ending phrase is the same. I did something a little bit different there to end it. You could also do a crayon. I'm not a big fan of crayons on E for whatever reason, but you do you. Try it either way, see what works. Yeah, that's it for this tune. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you all dig it. It's one that I don't really get a chance to play too often. Just doesn't come up for whatever reason, so I appreciate the request. Keep them coming, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Cheers.